clouds have run, the brightness of day, the dark silver night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? What they really say is, I love you. And babies cry. Now watch them grow. They're much more than I ever known. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yay! Thank you, Sam. We love you, Daddy.
Trying to get the city with the little focus. Takes a special care of his appearance and also encouraged us to do the same. He said we should always present our best selves to people. But he told us that we should always respect people and treat everybody the same, whether they're rich or poor or whatever in between. We should be good to them, friendly, and treat them with respect. So I grew up thinking about that. Even people that I don't know from the side of the road, if they say hi to me, I always said hi because I respected what my dad said. And throughout my life, I have found out that it's good that you treat people kindly, they treat you back kindly. I want to tell you tonight a secret in my family. You know, when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad made her eat mongo every single day for 9 months until I was born, so that I would be intelligent. So, nakabawi kasi mama kasi ako ng kusong every single day for 9 months man. Nakaon ko sa munggo. So, hindi ko yung gaon munggo, pero it paid off. I think it's because my dad had always, liked reading, and he found out that mongo is a good brain food. So, sinodal yung mga bata, gusto ko mo, it pays off. And then, I grew up, I can't remember any toys, but I enjoyed having books. Our number one book, aside from the Bible, is the dictionary. It's well thumbed on because he encouraged me to find 10 words in the dictionary every single day that I didn't know. And I had to write it down, and throughout the day, I would have it in my mind to use it in a sentence. And so whenever people talk to me, saying like you say that, it's because I had to think about these words in the dictionary every single day. And we had the reader's digest, and before he gets home, when there's a new issue, I would go through it and check word power. 20 words in the word power and reader's digest every single month. I had to know that because when he came home, he would check if I knew the words. So you know what? Things that I learned, obnoxious, ambidextrous, opaque, those words I learned when I was only 9 years old, and I still remember them. So, looking back, these are things that I don't think that all parents children will be able to tell about their dads. But to me, that was special because you know what? My dad didn't even finish his bachelor's degree. But he taught himself to speak English, he read everything he could, and he imparted the wisdom to us all. For instance, he told me to read the Dale Carnegie book, and I learned from there that, you should remember people's name. And what happens when you remember people's name, they feel good about you, and they become your friends, and they're easier to talk to. And then he told me also, I don't know if it's really Manuel, the past president, yes, who said that if there's someone who talks bad about you, then you find out why. If he doesn't like you, find out why. Maybe there's something wrong about you. And if there is, that is a room for improvement. Instead of getting mad at people don't like you, then you should improve yourself. So I learned that, and it came from my dad. So I respected that really, really well, because he imparted to me very good wisdom. One thing I also remember every time, and this is speaking about our faith, every single day my dad would say, God will provide. So no matter what is lacking in our lives, we felt rich, we felt adequate, we felt like we had enough all the time. Because Daddy said, always God will provide. And it's true. Whatever we needed, we had it. And if we don't, then it's not for us. We shouldn't pray for it. And another thing, that's why I have to leave. I also realized that growing up, my dad, he always works. I don't remember a time when he missed work because he was tired, lack sleep, or anything. He went to work every day he should, and even more. He also knew how to have fun. He would take me to the disco. If you still remember, my dad wish, aside from thanking you, that you have come tonight, because we know that you have other things to do and it's really hard to get, uh, um, get ready and come here. It takes so much out of your time. We want to thank you that you spared us your time because it's really the best gift you can give to people, to share your time. Thank you for sharing your time with us. But another thing we want to really share to you is that God loves us so much. He really does. That every good we see in our lives is because God has been faithful in our lives. Faithful to my dad, having reached 90 years old. I think he must really have honored his parents so much because he reached this ripe age. Because in the commandments it says, honor your parents so that you may live long. And I have so much more to say about my dad, but this is one thing I want to share. Thank you, Daddy, for telling me that to find a husband, I should find someone who loves the Lord and loves his mom. He said that if he loves his mom, he would love me. And it's true. So I have a good marriage and I have God to thank for it, but I also follow my dad's advice. Thank you, Daddy. I love you.
One more time, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's coming from our birthday girl. Thank you so much for that very heartwarming message for Daddy. He's already 90 and have only lived a third of his life. I'm just 2 years over 30, so the amount of wisdom and experience my grandfather has eclipses what I have. But i-mix ko lang yung Goa English. Nickname ko Kevin, kaya pag big brother gusto niya, hindi ako malaw na si Kevin, kasi mapalikod yan. Pero akong real name, I am named after two of my grandfathers, namely Raimundo, or Edward Ray now, and from my father's side, Silverio. So my real name is Raymond Burr. But affectionately, most of my friends and obviously not close family call me by Ray or Punto or Mon. Maybe when I grow old, they'll call me Munding as well. But mostly for the close family side, Kevin, Bin, Ibin. But moving forward, I'd like to share one of the there's so many memorable memories I have with my namesake and my grandfather, but I'll start with a funny one. This is a more recent one, probably like 2 or 3 years ago. We went to San Francisco. We drove from Anaheim to San Francisco for I think like 2 days or 3 days, I forgot. Wow, it seems like I'm old. But we were at the pier by the wharf, and we just finished eating, and so he has his sports car, and we were waiting for Lalaine to drive up and pick us up. And so just before that, we went to the restroom, and my mistake, I didn't tighten his belt. So as we were waiting in front of this restaurant with an open glass window restaurant, there was this huge American family that was waiting, and Daddy was getting cold, so we bought beanies, or like the ones that cover the ears. But the only ones that they had were reggae colors, so the red, green, and yellow. And they had a chicken kind of design. So he was getting cold, and he had that on his head, and his pants accidentally fell down while we were waiting. And I was looking around if people could see it. The whole entire family that was eating in the restaurant was holding in the food, and because they saw it, because we were right in front of them. And as soon as I looked at the daughter of the family, we looked at each other and I just couldn't hold it in. And we both laughed at the entire meal that she probably had in her mouth just like exploded out. And I looked at Daddy and he also saw it. And so he just started laughing too. So the whole entire family was just laughing with us. And that's the most recent like fun memory that I can think of. But there's so many more. But the much more recent one was I think it was dinner or lunch. Was it lunchtime again? I think dinner or lunchtime a few days ago. Daddy is my best friend aside from my brother. Not only because I named after him, but we spent so many times together. I'll take it to the doctors or just go out, watch movies with my mom. Sometimes every Tuesday there's like a $5 movie, so we would go out and we watch the movie together. And they always say that if they want Daddy to do something, like he won't listen to them, he listen to me. I didn't notice that too, but I would just, because I love him and I want to do things for him and I want to help him. And so right after eating, he called me close and he said that I'm the only one who doesn't get mad at him. Obviously, when you get older, sometimes it's a little difficult, and I've been a caregiver before too, so I know how it feels with elderly, and I kind of empathize and sympathize with them because I kind of know how they feel too. Imagine before you're super strong and you have all the energy, but later on you can't do whatever much you want. But being taught by my mom, my sister, my brother of patience and all the family that I have, and from the experience, I just don't like getting cranky at all too. So I think Daddy really appreciated it, and he gave me a nickname. He gave me an endearing nickname, and he said that I am also his sweetheart now. So, Daddy, I love you so much. I am very grateful and very fortunate to spend a lot of years with you still, even though I was away. You were in the United States and I was in the Philippines, but we spent 10 years together. You never got angry at me, even though I had to struggle when I first got to America. But your prayers, both you and Mama, got me to where I am, and both of your example as a married couple, and I think you guys are almost reaching your 75th. Is that 70th? 67? Oh yeah, 69th anniversary? Sorry, I'm same thing. So the example that you set on how to be a loving husband and a father and a grandfather, I will cherish that and I will always follow that till the end of my days, and I have my own grandkids someday too. Thank you, Bibi.
Alright, once again, a round of applause for Sir Kevin! Thank you so much for your wonderful message, Sir Kevin.
Hello. I'm Angeline, also known as Liza. I'm the daughter of Newell and Lalaine. Thank you all so much for coming. It's so heartwarming to see everybody here that cares about my grandpa so much and loves him throughout the years. I just wanted to say a few words about my grandpa, whom I call Duddy. I don't know why we call him Duddy, but we just do. So being in the States, I was blessed enough to grow up living with Duddy since the moment I was born. I'm so grateful to have gotten to spend so much time with my maternal grandparents, as it's not a very common thing in the US. Honestly, they are the ones that truly make our house feel like home. Duddy has many qualities that I cherish and I appreciate, but I'll speak on just a few. First, the most important, but also the most striking, is his faith in the Lord. I've always admired how Daddy is constantly journaling, praying, and reading the Bible or Christian literature, whenever he isn't watching his favorite Bruce Lee style movies and shows, of course. Even at the age of 90 years old, he has proven that there's no limit or end to learning about God. There will always be new things to learn and discover. Daddy's never-ending hunger to be near to God will always be inspiring to me. Now, even though everyone here probably knows Daddy is an expert martial artist and tough as nails, he is actually quite a softie as well. Daddy is extremely loving and caring. One thing I really love is his handwritten notes. At home, he sometimes writes requests of small things for me to pick up at the store for him, but he would also use them as a chance to express his love, pride, and gratitude for me. He is quite poetic, actually. I don't think he knew this until now, but I keep a few of them in my wallet because they always make me smile. I do think the ultimate way Daddy shows his love, though, is by his steadfast prayer. Whether it was a big test when I was in school, an illness, or a huge job interview, I felt comforted throughout my life knowing my grandparents were praying for me. Daddy never lets me forget it. Every single time I see him, he tells me, "You know, I never stopped praying for you. I'm always praying for you," and now Isaiah, my husband. I'll quickly wrap this up by listing just a few of the many teachings I've held on to from my grandpa. One, and most important, pray always and put God at the center of my life. Number two, don't be stingy with your love. Proactively show and tell your loved ones you care about them. Words of affirmation really do matter. And number three, something I didn't touch on but is worth mentioning, which I guess my mom actually already mentioned it too, but when I someday become pregnant in the future, eat mango every single day, no matter how sick of it I get. So Daddy, thank you for loving me, lifting me up, and helping me become the person I am today. I love you and happy big 90th birthday.
Wow, thank you so much.
It's an Catholic for the birthday of Daddy. So I'll keep mine short. I'm also my name is Andre, I'm the older brother of Angeline Liza, son of Leo and Lalaine. I'll keep mine short because actually we talked to each other beforehand. Should we compare notes? Because maybe we'll say the same thing. And she said a lot of what I was going to say, so I'll just keep it short. But Daddy, I'm so thankful that I got to grow up with you in California. I don't know why I'm crying. Daddy was really like another dad to us. Growing up in the States, Mom and Dad were very busy, so Mommy and Daddy were the ones who were taking care of me and Angelina at home. And because of that, I have so many fond memories of him watching kung fu action movies, and attempting to teach me his martial arts skills. I was a very bad student, so even today I'm not very good. I have many memories of him dancing tango and paso doble with Mommy, and the two of them spending a lot of time in the morning before going to church to make sure that the best for the Lord, But more than just those fond memories, Daddy, I'm thankful for your presence and influence in my life because without realizing it, I see myself becoming more like you. I have the same interests and hobbies. I'm trying to get back into martial arts again, and so there's some of that in the family. We'll continue. I'd like to go take my wife dancing. We're trying to learn salsa and cha-cha. We're so far from being as good as you and Mommy. But most importantly, I'm thankful that I was blessed with you as a role model and an example of godly character. Because from you, I learned generosity. You were always happy to give to others, even if you had to go without. And I learned from you faith and dedication. You know, Queen Kevin already mentioned almost 70 years of marriage next year. I remember almost 20 years ago, me and Angeline actually played that same song, the love story song, at their 50th wedding anniversary in the same room. So it's just amazing to see the faithfulness of God through these past 20 years, 50 years, 90 years now, Daddy, in your life. And so I just want to say, I thank you, Daddy and Mommy, for your prayers for us, for me and my wife, Amilda. We hear your reminder all the time. We keep it in mind that when we are pregnant, we will eat mango every day. We won't forget that. And we just want to wish for you and pray for you more years of life, good health, so that you can see more apples at the hood in the years to come. Okay? Love you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
To give a message, let's welcome Sunny Ray. Clap your hands.
Hello. Yes, to those of you who do not know me, I am the youngest son of Edward Ray and Lorenza. I am also the youngest grandson of the entire Jover family. So I'm speaking for two people. I'm speaking for I'm speaking for a lot of people actually, because I'm going to be speaking for the entire family of Edward Ray, for my mom Lorenza, who is in the US, for my sister, who is also there, for my brother, who is not here currently. He is the oldest of the Jover grandchildren. He's Tototata, if you guys know. So, yes, this is Daddy's 90th birthday, and believe it or not, I'm only 23. So, I grew up really far away from everyone. I grew up in Mindanao for 14 years, and I did not manage to stay close to my grandparents because they were in the US, and they would occasionally visit every once in a while, but I was too young to remember most of them. And I also grew apart from I grew up far away from my cousin. I grew up apart. And yeah, so my message to Daddy, and I'm speaking for my brother as well, is thank you for being the best inspiration for what a man can be and what a man will, what the best a man can be in our family and everywhere. Because essentially I grew up with my dad as my main role model, and my dad is essentially like my grandpa, if you guys know already. Nonoy, he's exactly the same, and he's just a lot shorter, you know. But yeah, we all grew up admiring our grandpa, even though we don't really know. I don't really know him a lot personally when I was a kid, because I just knew of them. I haven't met them in person before when I was growing up. But it was always put in my mind that Daddy and Mama, especially, they are the symbol of our family. They're to be loved, they're to be respected, and I will continue to do that as long as I live. And they are amazing grandparents. Even though I grew up far away from them, I never failed to feel their love even from far away, because I know they'll always have my back. I know they'll always be there for me, for us, for the entire family. And all I can say is I wish to be there for you more now that I'm a grown up, I think. But yeah, I just wish that I can help them more, essentially give back and make them feel my love too, since we want to take the chance at a time to show love to the people that we care about. So Daddy, thank you so much for being my inspiration as a person and as a man, and You will always have my love. You will always have my admiration. Thank you for your presence this wonderful 19 years. And I will always love you. Always.
Hindi lang mo yung English, diba? Sila umatan ko English. Hindi sila ako lang. Mga ibang viewers na lang hindi rin makakiligis ng binisaya, idolo. Isa sa bagay na ako na pag-email sa inyo, iwasa pa akong magpasalamat sa inyo pagkalisan akong 90 years of my life. Dahil nakalatan ako na Ayyan. Sa delegation team ko sa MP. Hindi ko masugit sa inyo kung ano na pinag-pinag ako sa unang mga MP. Pero pasalamat ako na despite ng higabot sa MP sa kabuhi ko, wala akong mamatay. Kada aga, mag-alawat ako sa walay sa gate, makita ko ang sulat na training ako na hindi manaputan sa siling na isipin, mamatay ka lang. So, wala ako kahapon kung nagsasabi ako may Ginoo ang kalibutan. Kagang ako ginahilo, hindi kay kalainan, hindi ayuan sa akong kaliwalay at sa akong ginaugahan sa sintan kalibutan. Sa sintan kalibutan, ako ang security officer. Ibigyan ko ang amon na ginaugahan kag ang sintan kalibutan. Ang ako na i-drill sa sintan, ako ang ila paglasta sa ako tungkol sa training. Lagi sunod ang kami tani sa tatlo sa mga masakit. Pero nabalabagan ko sa taytay sa sintan na wala makasulog ang mga impay. Hindi na kung magkakayos na kahit magkakayos pagkasukin sa isina ng mga tinto ikaw hindi makakayos sa sila kasi kakto. Pero isa kabagay na luyag ko pa dito sino because I have always in the 99 what is good you have to share the people. So, ang isa ka bagay na luya ko i-share sa inyo na inyo tandaan ninyo. It is proven in my family with my wife. Kung banta mo na gani na you are in good shape ito may ano gani good shape gusto mo you are in good shape. Adlaw-adlaw, magkaon ka sa mundo. Ang akong asawa, hindi na makagpunta magkaon sa mundo. Dahil nasubukan agad siya. Sinabi ko siya, ito dahil hindi sa iyo kayuhan. Kundi sa kayuhan sa ating bata. Kasi mo bata ka. It is proven ang akong anak na. Pero sa rason, sa kay Lalaine, ato pinanagalit, na-proven niya na iya maalam. Tunay, you prove me tikalon kung hindi na to sa akong pamilya. Basta agaw-agaw, you eat munggo. 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 Ang ako sa wato musukan lang, pero naluluwag ng kanyang sigurong ko ay sigurong para sa imong para mo sa ako na kay discovery. Tandaan mo yan na ginawa niyo sa inyong mga kaya na we have proven. Thank you very much.
Alright, once again, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give your loudest applause for Daddy Ray! Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, remember, Munggo is the key.
Claro,